Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the Southern Lakes and we're going to do Tarn Hows and Black Crag. Right, let's check it out on the map.
Tarn Hows is a really popular walk in the southern part of the Lake District. We start at the bottom in the Glen Mary car park. As we work our way up, we come across Tom Ghyll Waterfalls. Once at the dammed end of Tarn Hows, we start to move up the western side with Tom Heights to our left. And upon reaching the end, we work our way onto the fell. There's a stony path. Turning left, we work our way through the plantation, and in summer, this is a shady walk. There are fantastic views out to our left, and once reaching the summit, heading down to the other viewing point, we can take in Windermere as we work our way back to the gate, and then once again we're in the woods. There is an option to turn left here, and that'll bring you out again towards the tarn. We trace the same path back, and then head around the rest of the tarn in an elevated position, which gives us stunning views across the water. This is a walk you can do very easily in an afternoon. We can then get to the small dam once again and work our way down past the waterfalls back to the car park.
That's us heading across the bridge, and then we're just up here. Out the side of me is Tom Ghyll, and a little further up we'll come across Tom Ghyll Waterfalls. That's our first thing today. Tom Ghyll is the runoff from the tarn, and essentially the tarn's been dammed. I'll tell you about that at the top, and then all the water comes down here, so they can get quite busy when it's been a rainy day, and it was really wet yesterday. So that's Tom Ghyll as you're looking at it, but we see much more of this further up. It's January and this is my first walk of the year, so Happy New Year to you. This year I've got quite a big challenge to do nearer the summer, so I'll tell you about that nearer the time. But today we're starting off with a small one, and this is definitely a family favourite. I've started at the bottom just to get the waterfalls in, and that adds a bit to this walk, but you can just do it from the car park at the top, and if you've got to say a pushchair or something like that, then it's just an easy walk around the tarn. I'm going to take in Black Crag today as well, and it's got fantastic views over Windermere. There we go. So that's some of the falls. It's absolutely fantastic. Let's travel all the way down. So as you can see, it's quite a broad runoff. Now because all the water's coming down from the dammed part. From the car park to the tarn is about 100 metres or so. So pretty steady. Got to pass under this. There we go. So I wanted to show you this because most people just go around the tarn and aren't aware this waterfall section's here just underneath. So a bit of extra interest for you. Where I am, it's Harryfield Wood, and it's quite a nice peaceful spot of a summer. The tarn itself does get quite busy, as you'd expect, because it's very accessible. There's a car park right up there as well. Car parks around here, about £5 for 2 hours, about £7 for 4 hours, and if you're a National Trust member, then it's free. As we get up a bit further, we're going to come across a second waterfall, and that's the main one really, so it's just ahead of us here. You can just see it just poking through there. There we go, look at that. That's all yesterday's rain coming down. It's a really impressive waterfall, and it's just kind of tucked away in the woods, so it's a secret a lot of people don't know about. This walk is quite compact, and you've got the waterfall straight away. Then you're quickly onto the tarn, and then Black Crag or Black Fells a little further up, and that is Wainwright. So we'll get to see that, take off Wainwright, and get great views over Windermere. Look at that. Wow, that's amazing. Right, let's get up then. Although the car park at the bottom is full, there's nobody up on this route. That's going forward. You can see the surface we're going up. It's quite rocky and stony, but it's quite easy to go up. It's quite icy around the lakes this morning, and let's be careful coming here in the car because it's a bit skiddy. It's one of those days where you've got to get the ice scraper out and give it a good go. It's a short walk through the woods, just where we've got daylight coming there, so we're getting towards the tarn. as we get to the Tarn, it'll get a bit busier because it's a bright sky today and it's the first good day for a couple of weeks. So looking forward to showing you this. Getting up to the Tarn now, and you can just see where it's coming off the dam there. So this is the little dam area. This was put here when the Tarn was created. There you go, so just up here. So if you do it the other way, you're looking for this sign here. The Tarn's really accessible and it's a good one for kids to get out on or just go out for a little wander around, because see from the path behind me there, it's dead steady. You can actually go around this, you know, with prams and things, so dead easy to get out. And if you want to have a bit of a further adventure, you can get up to Black Crag, and that offers fantastic views right down to Windermere. This section I'm walking on at the moment, did it in the summer as part of the Cumbria Way, and that was a 5-day walk. It's about 70 miles, and you start off in Ulverston, all the way to the top to Carlisle, and the middle 3 days are entirely in the national park, so absolutely stunning. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link in and feel free to have a look at it. But yeah, really good adventure. If you do want maps for these walks or any of my other walks, I always put them in the description so you can get them from there. And I tend to use OS maps to make the actual walk and fly through at the beginning of the video. And for the actual trail, I sometimes use All Trails as well, because that's got more detail and a few more paths on it. Quite a lot of ice and snow around today, as you can probably tell behind me, so it's a bit frosty, a little bit slippery underfoot, but it's not like crunchy grass time, so we'll get more of that when we go on the fell. Come up to a bit of a money tree here, look at that. That's densely packed in. This is the turn off here for the Cumbria Way. That takes you a little bit further down to Skeleth Bridge. That's kind of the halfway point in day 2. Got a good cafe there you can stop at. Tarn Hows was originally 3 tarns: High Tarn, Middle Tarn and Low Tarn, and James Marshall dammed them up in 1862. And the reason for that is to create what we've got today. And then later that was sold on to a local famous person. It's a Beatrix Potter, and then later on she passed it over to National Trust for safekeeping. You just see, even though it's like a low light day, you've got all the ice coming down, so still quite a bit of ice. That's a good tree in it. At this point we're leaving the Tarn behind us for a bit and we're going up onto Black Crag. And this fell is a Wainwright, as is a nearby one, Home Fell, and I will do another walk with those 2 included. So if you're collecting Wainwrights, they're right at the bottom of the southern fells, and apart from Castle Crag in the north, there's 2 lowest ones of all the Wainwrights. So not there's any cloud today, but when there is, it's like a low cloud day. It's good to do these because you can get good views regardless over Windermere. You can tell by the path behind me probably, this is much more like you'll see on Lakeland Fells. A bit stony, a little bit of gravel, a bit of mud. So it's good ground conditions really, it's what you normally expect, especially in January. Temperature wise it's about 2 degrees today, and I say it was raining heavily yesterday, but this path is basically okay. My boots are dry because it's a well worn route and it's well maintained by the National Trust. So yeah, it is one you can do quite easily, and for an easy Wainwright, take someone out for the first time, it's a great one to do. Looking back we can see the Tarn, and if going forward to this gate we're going to join a more significant path here. This road we're joining is quite wide, easy to get along if I get a car along here. And look at this beast of a tree. Following it round and we're heading over there towards Blackfell. Just wanted to mention that I've been doing the channel about a year now, and I never really intended to start it as a YouTube channel as such. I was just kind of making some videos about routes that I knew, and it's developed a little bit. So thanks for watching the video, and if you have joined it and subscribed, then that's much appreciated. Also clicking on it and putting comments on has been great. And what I wasn't expecting was to sort of meet regular people and chat to people in the comments quite a lot, so that's always good. So yeah, thanks for joining in and supporting my little venture. This is a shared track, so don't often see motorbikes, but you do see cyclists, mountain bikers quite often. So hit this turn point, you just see it here, then we're going that way. The bit I've just entered now, it's called the Iron Keld Plantation. So a little bit woody for a short period of time, and we'll be heading our way up to Black Crag. The path remains like this, you can see under my feet. It's quite wet today, but it's not always like that, I promise you. You can probably tell by my shadow there, we weren't far off the shortest day of the year. Just a little bit through these woods, and then we'll be onto the tops, and it opens out after you go through a gate. Even though they are quite low Wainwrights, you still feel like you've done something and got out for the day, so it's good for that. Once you get away from the Tarn, it gets a lot quieter, so this breaks it up a bit if you're looking for a bit of peace. And always nice to have your sandwiches at the top. A lot of people have contacted me during the year because it's my first year on YouTube. I've been asking about things. Sometimes it's camera setup, sometimes it's about clothing, but everything's in the description for you. As we come round just on the corner, you'll see this signpost, and that's us sort of towards, what does it actually say on here? High Arnside. Right, we're over here. So you're looking for this wall and gate, and then we're just up onto the fell. As you do come out here, you get great views over the surrounding fells. That's a stiff one. You still see the frost on there. There we go, there's the gate. And this is us nearly here. climb up's quite gentle, and Tarn sits at about 200 metres, and the top of Black Crag is 323, so it's only about 120 or so up, which is quite decent. You can see it's a little bit slightly muddy on the tops, but it's frozen today, so that's some blessing. It's about 2 degrees today, so I've got this jacket on, and I've also got a base layer underneath. Got another one in my bag, which is my over jacket. That's really for rain, or to keep the wind off me. But yeah, always kind of layer up on these things because that's always easier than having a heavy jacket and a t-shirt. Then you take your jacket off and you're either hot or cold. So 3 layers or more if you like, and they keep the heating between the different layers, so you got a bit more control over it. Because generally, as you're going up, it's a bit warmer, and coming down, a bit cooler. As we get a bit higher, you can see Coniston water there, and you've got Windermere over here. Just over there in the distance you can see the old man of Coniston, and I've got a video on that if you want to check it out. And then Brimfell, Holmfell a bit nearer. Towards the right there you've got Weatherlam. So from here, Black Crag's straight in front of us, and it's a fairly easy path to get there once you walk around this mud slash ice. Bit busy on the top today, but that is Black Crag. If you have done the Tarn or Black Crag, just let me know in the comments, and just let me know how you did it and what route you did, or if you did this one. Last time I came around here, which was not so long ago, I also picked up Holmfell as well. That's another Wainwright in the area, and that is the smallest one in the Southern Lakes, and it's the second smallest of all the Wainwrights. Black Crag itself is the 3rd smallest. Look at that. That's down to Langdale Valley area. You can see towards the Langdale Pikes. There's Cold Pike, Pike of Blisco, and Bow Fell. S Pike just there as well. Then in the background you can see Scarfell Pike just popping up. Right, we'll get to appreciate this side down to Windermere once we get to the top. We'll go and claim the summit first. Once we've done that, I'll take you over to the viewpoint, which is a little bit lower down, but gives a cracking view over Windermere. A little bit of an ascent for probably 20 metres, then we'll be there. Again, it's quite gravelly, and my boots are still dry, so fairly easy walk today. It's a great one, this, for introducing people to the fells. And if you were at the Tarn and got up to Black Crag and with someone that was up for it, you might think, well, maybe I can go over to Holmfell as well. So, you know, gives you that opportunity to extend it if you want to. It's a busy top today. So that, for quite a small fell, is definitely worth a walk up. I'm going to go over to the other viewing point now, and I'll just show you the view off that. But that's quite strange. It's quite a built up column, and it's a significant marker. Wainwright mentions it in his books, and despite the fact it's not a top, it's just, you know, a bit of a viewpoint to get. If you're on the top of Black Crag and you're thinking, well, it's busy, then there's nobody over at this one. So So have a little rest and a contemplate. Let's have a look around at the scenery. There's us then as we come up on it. Wow. So there's Tarn Hows over in the distance, and there's Windermere. Over here you're getting towards the Fairfield Horseshoe. We're going to head down, and as we get to the same path again, follow that a short distance, then we're going to take the other side of the lake. It's been shadows, there's still quite a bit of ice knocking about, so just be careful there. We'll join the same path for a little bit, and then we'll veer off and we'll complete the circuit of the lake, then head down the waterfalls. I've seen quite a few people out today, couples out for the first time, kids with their parents and grandparents. So this really is one that most people can do, and if you're looking for a short one, this is definitely worth a look. I'll put it in the family section of the site, as well as the Southern Fells, and I do divide everything up into sections, so if you want to have a look around a particular area, just go into one of those folders. I've got back on the main path, and it's going to be a straight walk down. We'll follow the way we came up for a little bit, then we'll veer off and check out the other side of the Tarn. Sun's getting quite low, but the peak's looking fantastic. You can just see a little bit of snow on the tops there. Going back, it's looking incredible. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, and the sun's going down at 4, so I'll complete this within an hour. But yeah, good old walk out, nice to blow away some cobwebs and walk off a bit of Christmas turkey. There we are then, back down to the wood. You remember this from earlier, so a little bit through this, and then we'll be back at the Tarn. This has been really good to get out today because it's been a bit sort of rainy the last few days, and I've looked at the cloud base and it's been really low, so virtually impossible to get out and see anything. So I'm thankful to see this today, and there's not really a cloud in the sky, which is great. If you want to check out any sort of forecasts, I wouldn't use anything like BBC. People on the channel will know that I use something called Mountain Forecast. And Mountain Forecast is free as a website, and you can check out the cloud base levels where you're going, and rather than putting the village in where you're going to, like Ambleside, you can put the actual fell in that you're going to, or the mountain, and it'll tell you what that mountain is exactly like. So it gives you the cloud base, gives you the temperature at the top, loads of stuff on there. You can get it as an app, but I think after a month you have to pay for the app. But you can also just go into the website, and it's always free. So I use that on every walk really, and it helps me determine where I'm going to go to get the best views. But yeah, there you go, a little tip for you if you fancy that. Also, when you walk on your own, you have to keep going back and getting your own camera. That's the reality of all the walkthrough shots you see. Through the years, some people have asked me about solo walking, and it's really great that people can get out on their own. I've never really thought it was weird to go for a walk on your own. Sometimes I feel weird about, to go to the pub on my own or whatever. I think that's a bit socially weird. I mean, some people do it. But for me, I've never felt weird about going for a walk around the lakes, because you can invariably say hi to people, have a little chat to people, and it's always quite a good bit of exercise to do. So yeah, you don't need to necessarily have a partner to go with, and I'll either go out on my own or with my mates, or you'll see Alison on the channel that I go out with. So yeah, It really doesn't matter, it's just a question of getting out, and it's good for your mental health and exercise to get a bit of space. This descent, like the ascent, it's quite gentle as you're going forward, and it's a little bit sort of damp underfoot today, but it is quite rocky, so you know you can stay out of the water a little bit. It is an unusually high rainfall that we had yesterday, so that's why it's so wet underfoot. Looks like I'm probably walking in a river there. This is us back to our gate then, and nearly down to the Tarn. Here's our big tree again, and then we're taking the path down there. And there's the Tarn just shimmering in the distance. Hello, careful there. Cheers. It's a little squelch underfoot, but my feet are still dry. I got these shoes about a year ago and they're pretty good, so you can look at what I'm wearing, or you know, any of the stuff I've got or what I use. It's all in the description, and so is the map in there, and things like links to mountain forecasts. So all the gear's in there, and hopefully that prepares you for your day out. We're just going to join the Tarn again. This is where we came out before, and we're just going to continue this way. Wow, it's busy down here, but that's the water, perfectly still. There's our Tarn. We're going to take the other side of the Tarn, and I'll show you what that's like. And after the peace of the fell, I've kind of forgotten what it was like down here busy-wise. But yeah, it's pretty busy, a lot of dog walkers around, and you know, why not? On the walk on this side, you're a bit further away from the Tarn, and it's a bit more of a woodland walk, so gives a bit of a change, but you can look down to it. And in the summer, when all these trees are fully green, although they're mostly pine anyway, it's a nice little shady walk. That's the walk down. So again, if you go into Hawkshead, would be up there and you can view over, but for us, straight round, and we're heading to the corner over there. Got about an hour of light left, so we're gonna get down to the water side now, and then we can take a couple of photos around. It seems like it's so still. The wind's been about 10 miles an hour today, so almost nothing, and clear skies, so been lucky to get that in January. Look at that lakeside view. It's not surprising it's popular. Quite an easy lakeside walk, you can tell by the path behind me. So we're just going to go down, meet the end of the Tarn, head down the waterfalls. We get to this split, and we're of course following the Tarn round here, then we're down the waterfalls again. There we go. And we're back to this dam. It's still a little tricky coming down through the woods. Whee! So that's Tom Ghyll Waterfalls, Tarn Hows and Black Crag. One you can do in half a day, If you enjoyed it, it helps me to click on the like. If you want to put a comment in to tell me what you thought, or if you've done it before, that'd be great. And if you'd like to subscribe if you're not already, then just click the button in the corner. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, let's head off.